knowledge that I have is being transferred to you, which is going to make you more valuable in the long run. I just up your level of value by just being around me because I'm going to give you insights. Yeah, not just what to do, but why to do it. And as long as you internalize it, then now you have the knowledge. This is why I can work with anyone in any industry, because I don't need to be an expert at what you do in order to explain a principle to you and tell you how that principle would apply in your business. Again, this is not something that you just wake up with this ability. This is something that can be practiced, but I haven't. I'm explaining this. I want you all to understand where I'm coming from, what I do. Remember that principles are universal and they are transferable between disciplines. A principle is universal and transferable between disciplines. You know how I like to say early is on time is late, and late is forgotten? Well, the first place I ever heard that was at a network marketing meeting when I was in college. The speakers would say that. Be early is on time is late, late is forgotten. Actually, before that. In college, one of my coaches, he would say that, and he would tell us we always had to be early for practice. So practice was at 4 o'clock. You had to be on the court and ready to practice at 3:45. If you walked in the gym at 3:55, technically 5 minutes before practice, you were late because early is on time and on time is late. So if you showed up at 3:55, you were actually 10 minutes late because we were supposed to be here 15 minutes early. And I took those principles that I got from that network marketing experience and from my basketball experience with that coach, and I transferred those over to what I talk about to this day. Because again, they're principles. This means they're universal. This means they apply on basketball. In basketball, they apply in network marketing. They apply in entrepreneurship. They apply everywhere. They apply in anything that you do. That's what a principle looks like. And this is why, again, I can work with people in any space. Principles can be transferred. So if you already have a bunch of information and you are not sure that your application is working the right way, again, come into Work on Your Game University, get help from me, and let's find out. Let's find out if it's right or if it's not. And we're going to make it clear whether it is a yes or a no. That said, let's recap today's class, which is why you need insight, not information. Again, listen to episode 1177 to learn more about how I laid out what insight actually means. Point number one, information is free, ubiquitous, and easily accessible by everybody. You get information on Google, YouTube, AI, at the worst, $20 for a book. Why do people still have problems and challenges in life if all we need is information? We all got access as much of it as we could possibly consume. That is a good question. I'm moving on to point number two. Insight is about the interpretation, the use or non-use of, and discernment of information. That's what insight is about. When you have insight, you not only have information, but you know how to explain it. You can break it down. You can break it into bits and pieces so that anyone can understand it, and you can help people apply the information now that you help them understand what the information is about. And again, this is a skill that not everyone has, but it can be developed with the right experience. People with high levels of insight tend to be pretty sharp in discernment. Number three, the paradox of information is that the more people have access to information, the slower they move, the less they accomplish, and often the worse their outcomes. Because of the slowness of their movements, because their lack of accomplishments, how are you going to have a good outcome with no accomplishments? I have friends who are professional information gatherers. They go download every free handout, sign up for every challenge, watch every live stream, read every book, watch every YouTube video, listen to every podcast that comes out, yet they can never show something tangible that they have actually accomplished from all of this information gathering they've been doing. Information gathering usually slows a person's progress rather than speeding it up. It makes you go slower because you're thinking about what to do, when to do, where to do it, because you're getting more information that is conflicting with what you thought you knew, and now somebody else says this and somebody else says that. It just slows you down because it makes you more confused. Sometimes having less information allows you to move faster. And again, life itself has sped up in general, but people are generally slower and dumber and stupider than we've ever been. Why? Because we have access to so much information. It has passed it's past the sweet spot, so to speak. Point number four, today's topic, again, we're reviewing today's points. My superpower is insight. Long before the recording of this episode, you have heard me talk about how my number one skill is breaking things down and putting them back together. That is a form of insight. That's my value as a coach. My value as a consultant is, again, breaking things down to not only what to do, but why, when, where, and how to do things. So principles, again, universal, transferable between disciplines. If you already have a bunch of information, yet you're not sure your application is working the right way, come into Work on Your Game University and let me help you. I will help you. And trust me, I will help you. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Work on your game. Dre, all